Ladies and gentlemen, this is Luminous coming guys with a Pro Dota 2 commentary. Today we're covering the Premier League. We have Nirvana China playing on the Radiant side and NaVi on the Dire side. This is East meets West once again, Chinese versus Ukraine. This matchup played to death. I mean, NaVi's been winning a lot of Dota 2 matches, and Nirvana China first time playing on an online Dota 2 tournament, and they're playing in the Premier League, and the picks and bans are already well underway. Now, one thing first, NaVi is playing with a stand-in. Light of Heaven is not here today. Pusher Street is standing in, but I do believe Nirvana China roster is full. Yumi and Bui, I think they're just, the tags for the regular tags for Nirvana China. So I do believe this is the entire full roster. If you're wondering who the full roster is, you could check it out on ThePremierLeague.com on the teams page. And then for a full idea of who the roster is, picks and bans already being picked. Lich and Anti-Mage going to be the ban here for the Dire side. Night Stalker is still not banned, Brewmother is still not banned, and one of those heroes is going to get picked up. Furion not going to be banned as well. And it looks like the Chinese still having a little bit of a nightmare playing against that Chen, so they're going to get rid of that. Furion's going to be banned as well. So a lot of pushers being banned up, and that's pretty a safe way to go about it when you're playing against NaVi, which is one of the most aggressive team there is in the history of Dota. Yes, in the history of Dota, they are so aggressive. They pick fights under your tower, and then they will kill you under your tower, and then they will push your tower. That's what NaVi love to do, but of course, they are one of the most elite team in the world, so they could always change up the strategy with ease. I've seen them play gank, I've seen them play carry, and top tier teams like this always could play multiple strat, but still very afraid of their pushing strat, so they're going to ban a couple of heroes like that. Winran is going to be the first pick here for NaVi, and we're going to see Night Stalker being first picked up for the Radiant team. And I wonder if Brewmother is going to be the second pick here because, well, those are kind of the top tier hero. Brewmother and Night Stalker give you so much more mobility, give you so much early game pressure in terms of hitting towers and also killing heroes. But of course, it's picking two melee, so too many melees might not be a good thing. Night Stalker's right off the bat is going to get picked up, and I've been saying time and time after again that he's probably one of the most broken hero. He is so fast. During the mid game, you're not going to kill him through the magical side. He just with the Vanguard. Sometimes you don't get the Vanguard. Just with the Vanguard and with the Acceptor, he's almost unkillable if you try to nuke him magical side. Now, we definitely see teams trying to hit him from the physical side, whether by picking a Slaughter, whether picking a Life Stealer, but in the most cases, he runs so fast. Ancient Apparition here is going to be the pick for the Radiant team. But back to Night Stalker real fast. He runs so fast, he basically counters half the hero pool. He's just a great opening pick. He's a great solo mid as well. We've seen him in tri-lanes, but most likely he's going to be in solo mid for a quick level 6 and just go roam in that first night. Ancient Aberration is going to be the second pick, provide you that very stable team fight, allows you to pick into some other carries such as Dragon Knight, such as Void, very well, as we see a dog being drawn on the... Is that a dog or a wolf? Well, yeah, anyways. Ancient Aberration allows you to pick into a DK, which gives them a very strong laning combination. The Ice Vortex into a Dragon Tail, and then a Kofi is going to take in, or you could pick into a Void. And then go from there. The Chronosphere plus AA Blast, always a good team fight / ganking combination. But they're going to think about that later as we see a Sand King being picked up. Now, Sand King obviously is going to pick as a Brewmother counter. What you basically do here is lane that Sand King against the Brewmother, and then it's basically a very safe win for the Sand King. Brewmother, generally her laning power comes in the fact that you could either kill the enemy hero by constant harass of the Spiderling, or you could outpush the hero by, of course, pushing with her Spiderling. But Sand King doesn't really care about either. First of all three of his spells are AoE, whether it's going to be Caustic Finale, and yes, you can get Caustic Finale laning against Brewmother, whether it's going to be a Sandstorm, whether it's going to be a Burrow Strike, all of them has AoE. So you have very little chance to push against a Sand King. Secondly, generally Brewmother is going to be completely fine hiding under her web, coming out for last hits and whatnot, but if the Sand King does level Caustic Finale and if he's last hitting, well, the creep's going to explode, and that's going to hurt the Brewmother a little bit. You can actually outpush a Brewmother with Sand King very easily if you put lots of pointing into Caustic Finale. So overall, Sand King is probably one of the best laning hero there is against a Brewmother. During the mid-game phase, very nice initiation coming from the Sand King, which is very important against Brewmother. You blink in Burrow Strike, you pop that dust, and then you help your teammates to get for a kill. Of course, AoE in the team fight, always great. It combines very well with the Ancient Apparition. So that's a very safe counter pick coming from the Radiant team. And the picks and bans are, well on the way. Stormster is going to get banned, Pugna is going to get banned, and Enigma is going to get banned. So both teams a little bit worried about pushing, a little bit worried about teamfight potential, a little bit worried about initiation. Nothing to talk too much about it because these aren't really signature heroes aside from Enigma. Puppy, by the way, has a man crush on Enigma. He loves playing that hero. He's very adept at playing that hero. Very interesting playing style, the Enigma as well. He loves to go tanky Enigma, basically go for things like Arcane Mecha, go for Hood first. I see him rush Pipe straight off the bat with Enigma. Very seldom he goes into a Blink Dagger first, and it's a very unique playstyle, but it definitely works out. So I think Nirvana China maybe seen a couple of Puppy replays where he owned up with Enigma, so they're going to ban that one as well. Enigma's one of those more underrated hero in my opinion, where he provides a lot. I mean, he's one of the few heroes that comes out of jungle with a strong gank, comes out of jungle with a strong push, and he just scales very well into the mid stage of the game. He probably has one of the most devastating, one of the most tide-changing ultimate in the game. Midnight Post, don't underestimate that. It takes your HP by the percent, by the second. It's just overall very, very strong. So Enigma and Beastmaster is going to be the ban here for Nirvana China. Immediate Shaker being picked up, and I do believe this is a very smart pick for themselves and very smart counter pick as well. First of all, if you allow Nirvana China to pick up the Earthshaker here, you get constant strong-ass laning. Strong laning here with the Ancient Aberration and Earthshaker. What you basically do is Fissure and then Cold Feet, and then the guy on the other side here is going to get stunned for at least 4 seconds. And that initiation, by the way, comes in, from at least 600-700 range. And that's a lot of damage, 3-4 seconds of chain stun, and that's basically a for sure kill. So that you basically limit the laning advantage that you give away by the enemy team picking a Shaker Ancient Aberration. Also, Shaker is a very, very good hero if you could know where the Sand King is during the mid-game stage. Sand King always have to stay a little bit out of range because you could channel your epicenter and then you try to blink in, but a Shaker could always mess you up. Also, the Shaker really, really good against chasing hero such as Night Stalker. Because Night Stalker is going to barrel out of control, he's going to run straight at your team, and the only one thing that you can really do against him is change his pathing, and that's one of the best things that the Shaker can do. With the stunning combination of the Windrunner and Shaker, we're having two spells that are far in terms of range, has a lot of AoE. This is kind of AoE counter pushing with a power shot with the Shaker, and between Shackle Shot and the Earthshaker Fissure, we're seeing a lot of AoE, stuns. Shackle gets 2, Shaker gets a couple, and then of course it changed the pathing. And here's a Night Stalker, here's a lifesteal that I've been talking about. Again, the only true way that I can really kill the Night Stalker is going to be through the physical side, because he tanks so hard through the magical side. So lifestealer is going to be the pick here for Dendy. I do believe he's going to be picking, well, maybe Hovos could play it, but yes, they love their Night Stealer. Really, really good off the trialing. I've seen him play in the jungle. I think it might be jungling. We might see something like Venge Shaker. It could be done. Venge Shaker on the top lane here. Maybe Brood on the bot. Windrunner in the mid, and then Lifestealer in the top jungle. Or we might see just a trialing next. That's definitely very doable as well. And me on the Radiant side, a little bit less clear. There's a Dragonite we're talking about. We're going to see some sort of Dragonite trialing, maybe, with the AA DK and Line, and then Sand King is going to pair it against the Broodmother, I assume, and Night Stalker is going to get solo. We can see some sort of dueling with the Line Sand King, but probably less likely. And if you're wondering why is the AA plus DK lane such a good lane, well, you drop the Ice Vortex, DK just basically waltz in with a Dragon Tail. Dragon Tail level 1 is like a 2.25 seconds, something like that, and then that's just enough time to take in your Cold Feet. Cold Feet stuns for a couple of it as well, so you're looking at least 4 seconds of chain stun. And then, constant right click from all the 2 to 3 hero. If Lion's in the lane as well, if anyone's ever out of position, it's basically a for sure kill. So it's a very devastating, stunning, killing, trialing. And it's going to be Seeking on Ancient Aberration. This is very interesting. Seeking, by the way, generally plays a carry. So maybe we're going to see a solo mid. No, he's getting the wards. So it's going to be Seeking on support, believe it or not. Sand King is going to be, very standard item. Nothing too out of the ordinary. A Stout Shield being purchased by almost everyone. Do we have a Ring of Protection on the DK? That's a telltale sign of him going and trialing and not in, let's say, in a solo mid position. But let's look at the other team. Pusher Street's going to be on his trusted Vengeful Spirit. Lightning Fast Reflex on the swap. If there's one person I trust Vengeful Spirit on, it's going to be Pusher Street. Puppy's going to be playing that Windrunner. fairly standard item sets. Dendy's going to be playing a Nyx with the Quelling Blade. Arzart is going to be on the Shaker or the wards being purchased, and Hovos is going to be on the Broodmother. First thing first, we don't have a pair of Sentry wards on the dire side, and that is going to be important. If, let's say, this camp's going to get blocked off, that, you know, you're never going to get the pull. But on the other side, I will believe they should have Sentry wards. I don't think they do. Yeah, if they have a Trialing bottom for the Radiant side, for sure they will have Sentry ward to get ready to counter this warded spot and to get the pull off. But they're not gonna, you know, well, you see, he's right here. So, Sand King in position as well. This might be somewhat of an interesting laning, because I don't know why these guys are in this vicinity of the map when one of them should be like right here. King J playing his line. King J on support line, very interesting. Yumi on the Night Stalker, and Sea King's gonna be on the Ancient Apparition. So very, very interesting hero, player to hero ratio, and also very interesting laning coming from both sides. I don't believe this two should be paired up. They don't have much synergy going on. Sand King needs early game levels to be really effective. His Barrel Strike at level 1 has no range. What's his casting range? 350 at level 1. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So generally you put him in solo position, but can they pair him up against the correct laning here from the Broodmother? Looks like Broodmother's going to go for a Ring of Basadius. And then, well, sometimes we see Broodmother go for Ring of Basadius and Soul Rings and just get so much amount of regeneration. Sometimes you just see just a solo Ring of Basadius and that should be fine. But Soul Ring is just so good on Broodmother. It gives you that harassment ability. It also gives you the ability to summon Spiderlings and then send them in the jungle and then farm your supports that way. We definitely seen many teams do that in the past. You know, you just get like level 3 spawn Spiderlings, send them in jungle, hit the level 1 camp. Oh, the level 1 camp's over here. And then the Vengeful Spirit is like, oh yeah, let's get some free levels, free gold and stuff like that. And it looks like the rune is going to get picked up here on the bottom lane. It's going to be picked up by Puppy. And we're going to have a couple lane exchange. Yep, QQQ is going to waltz all the way bot. And unfortunately for him, he's going to miss out a little bit of XP. Maybe going for the first blood on the mid lane. Maybe. And it's going to be a dual lane mid. Venge plus the Knife Stealer against a Night Stalker. I do believe this is a very, very smart laning. Generally, Night Stalker owns the mid lane. Especially once he gets his bottle. Once he gets to level 5, he basically just out-nuked the hell out of you. But looks like that is going to force Sea King to help on the mid lane as well. So we're going to see some very interesting dueling versus dueling mid. Unless he's just going on the top lane, which is he is doing right now. Sand King on the top lane. Going to need a little bit of help as well. Even though he's laning against 2 melee. The nuking potential is here. The burst potential is here. But Sand King should be absolutely okay. He's going to pick up Barrel Strike right now. But Sandstorm probably is going to be the next choice here. So we see Pusher Street just forcing Yume off the lane, which is great. Going to give Dandy a little bit of free farm. So very, very interesting laning coming from the NaVi team. This is definitely not what I expected. But seems like it's working out quite well right now. Sea King's going to come in lane and do a little bit of lane harass. Me on the bot here, we are going to see the pull off being taken. But Puppy in position, try to do a little bit of a, yeah, he's going to steal one creep. Maybe he's going to steal this neutral as well. Nicely done for Puppy, grabbing some free EXP. It's going to be King J getting... What is Nirvana.MSI doing here? DK just getting off the lane. He's doing the pulls. He's not getting the lane farm. This is... Wow. I mean, I understand this is, you know, Dota 2 and it's a different game, but I've never imagined to be so different. Now it looks like King J is going to be going to the support duty, and now QQQ is going to go back in lane, and QQ on these creep waves. Hopefully get a couple assets. Yeah, indeed, he's lasting like an absolute champ. Of course, I do believe we're playing on US West, so these are not the preferred hosts for either team, and that's kind of what you expect on an international game where, you know, they're playing across a couple oceans and whatnot. So, but it seems like both teams are very capable of playing well. Vengeful Spirit is going to find himself a haste rune. Of course, there's no wards being seen up here by the Radiant team, so Pusher Street may be trying to set up gank, but Sea King should, yeah, definitely seen Vengeful Spirit pick up the haste rune. And here we go. Oh, Shaker might be in a little bit of trouble. Can he dodge Magic Missile is the question. He can. Shaker's going to get the stun off, but he Burrow Strike just in the correct time, and he's going to be absolutely okay. It's going to burn himself, but hey. At least not dying. That's absolutely fine. Meanwhile, with that gank going away, Dendy's going to have to play a stay away just for a little bit until Ventrosher comes back, and maybe they can go offensive right now. Seeking might be in trouble. Dendy with the open wounds. No open wounds right now. Dendy very, very confident with his lane. You can see have not taken any points into his feast. Instead has gone for one single level of rage and one single level of open wounds. Definitely more suitable for hero killing or hero escaping. Feast actually fairly good in terms of lasting and also hitting heroes as well. Well, because Feast does percentage damage against heroes, so it actually is a very, very high DPS skill. And generally, you pick it straight level 1 and just go for the creeps, get a little bit lifesteal back. But hey, he's very confident. Gonna go for rage and open wounds instead. I'm gonna bottom here. Winner has already picked up a Ring of Basace, which is very, very important for her to control this creep equilibrium through toggling the plus armor, or you should call it on to get the +2 armor and creeps, and that will allow you to control the creep equilibrium to either get closer to the enemy tower or turn it off and go closer to your own tower, which is going to be very important to deal with this pulling that this line is constantly doing. So it's very annoying to deal with. We go on the top lane here. Shaker, probably one of the best laner against Sanking in this case to kind of protect the Broodmother, simply because, well, both his spells will go through the Sandstorm and will pop him out of Sandstorm. If you send the Sanking out of Sandstorm, well, he's basically vulnerable again, right? So very, very smart naning from NaVi, and you can see that they're constantly keeping the Sanking back. The support on this lane is the same level as a solo, and that's a telltale sign that right now NaVi's doing a fairly good job. And again, Pusher Street on the runes, and this is exactly what I mean about Pusher Street being one of the best supports in the mid lane. Generally, one of the best way you could tell whether the dual lane mid is playing properly is, well, the carry player is getting a lot of CS, and the support player is getting every single rune, and that's exactly what Push is doing right now. And because with this double damage rune, they could always easily go on the offensive if Seeking is a little bit out of position. You're going to see a magic missile to his face, and then open wounds is going to do the job very, very easily. Of course, he does not have the mana for magic missile yet. That can be an issue. He's waiting for it right now, just a couple of manas, and they could go for the offensive. Out here, Lion continue to do this pull, and that's going to be so ever annoying for that Windrunner. I mean, he is getting a lot of EXP under his tower. He's level 5 to be exact, and that's actually very, very good comparatively to the other long lane Sanking, also level 5 as well. So hey, both long lane actually doing a fairly good job. Lion's getting some EXP, so that's good for him. But Shaker also getting some EXP as well. You can see that the Spiderling is going to be sent into jungle. So both teams fairly passive, but here's the engagement happening on the top lane. Can the Sanking should be fine. Doesn't have the mana for the Burrow Strike, but it's going to be difficult to kill him right now. Bottle is going to be purchased on Sanking. Very interesting. Maybe a little bit worried about his mana regeneration. You can say he's constantly low on the mana, which can be a decent choice. It's just the thing is that if you get a bottle on a long lane like this, it's actually, I mean, you're going to just get it once. The regen just happens once. And after your bottle gets empty, then you can't really do too much because you're definitely not going to roam off the lane to get that rune. Because, well, you need to protect your lane from that Spiderling push. Unless you do a little bit of bottle crawling, this bottle will run out of juice very, very quickly. He is already on the Sandstorm. Is he leveling up his Sandstorm? Very, very smart way to go about it. You might be thinking, well, why don't you actually level up the Burrow Strike? Doesn't, increase range, increase damage. It's true. Oh my goodness, Miss First Blood. Which, by the way, if you haven't watched one of my commentaries, that's very standard. I do miss First Blood all the time. I do apologize for that, but you can imagine what happened on the bot lane. Hex into a Dragon Tail into a Impale, and it looks like QQQ is going to go straight into a push. But going back to the top lane here, talking about leveling at Sandstorm, why that's a good thing. Burrow Strike is your DPS spell, but Sandstorm is what keeps you in the lane. Sandstorm is what makes you safe and keeps you alive. And also, as you level up Sandstorm, you can reduce the cooldown, and that's so very important. Reducing the cooldown, you could walk in the lane, you could get, pop your Sandstorm, and then you get Fissure, and normally you'd be dead by that point. But if you have a very quick cooldown on the Sandstorm, you could pop it again, and, pop it immediately and be safe. And you can kind of see here King J really abusing this fact that you could switch around and kill the Windrunner very easily. So Windrunner had to play very defensive. Lucky for her, she does have the boost speed already and also has the, of course, the Ring of Basilius. So very, very capable of staying lane just as long as he doesn't get initiated on right now. Back in the mid lane, still very tame. Both guys just trading last hits, trading for equilibrium, and they're gonna go and push a street right now. Nighttime, it is nighttime, and Pusher might be in trouble. Yuumi just on his butt right now. Pusher street trying to run up. He's gonna get voided for sure. Teammate is gonna come in the form of an Arzard, but is that gonna be enough? Pusher street to half HP. Stun is gonna go on Yuumi, and looks like Fissure Block is gonna be on. Now they're gonna go on A. Ancient Aberration in position as well. Ice Vortex to increase the damage of that Void, and A is gonna go down for sure. A being the player, not the hero. And they're gonna go and Pusher Street. Still Pusher Street very low in HP. Magic Missile is gonna hit on Yuumi. He's very low, but a Void and a couple right clicks is gonna do it. Nice Stalker very low. He's indeed gonna go down. But I think that might be okay, because he definitely got the EXP for both kills, and he's going to buy right back in this game. By the way, these guys, this is not a rage buyback in any means. And this is because it's so precious in the nighttime for the Night Stalker to get up as many kills as possible. One thing I'd like to say about Night Stalker is the first night in Dota for Night Stalker and any type of relationship is a telltale sign of how the relationship or how the rest of the game will go. If you could go deep in that first night, I'm going to tell you good things going to happen, and that's exactly what he's doing right now. Buyback, hey, after getting a double kill and the experience for that double kill, completely worth it. Of course, one thing I want to point out is that Night Stalker has not got his Darkness, which is ultimate, and generally that might be like, that's a little bit interesting. Don't you get usually ultimate level 6? Well, this player a little bit opting to get his, level up his Fury, level up his Hunter Knight, which is fine. Of course, leveling up Darkness will, of course, give you the a longer night, but hey, he's feeling that the getting other levels is more important, so. Which is definitely an okay build. It's not like you have to go for a certain build. But looks like we're going to have 4 heroes engaged on the mid lane. And let's see if Nirvana China is going to respond. They definitely see Winrunner come to the mid lane because they have a ward right here to see that one up. But they don't know that, well, they should see A on top of ramp here. And it looks like Pusher Street trying to go on Seeking. Seeking, the stun now on Seeking. The Shackle Shot should be okay. Seeking just explodes right here. Yuumi can't do too much by himself. No teleport scrolls coming in right now. Sanking should have a TP on this. He doesn't. Why doesn't he? Come on, sell one of GG Branch and get a TP scroll. Maybe the reason that he's not choosing to get a TP scroll already, because he knows he's not going to TP. He has to stay in the same lane to protect this against this Broodmother, and that's where one of the laning benefits that Broodmother is going to end. He constantly commands one hero to be in his lane. You have to do it. If you don't do it, you're going to lose the tower. So maybe that's why that, well, he's not going to get a TP, because he knows he's not going to TP. Maybe these guys going to TP and say, well, Lion doesn't have a TP either, and neither as Seeking, or neither as Dragon Knight, so I'm just confused. Generally, most of the Chinese teams very good in terms of stacking TP scrolls on their long lanes, on their supports, to make sure that you could protect any other lane. But so far, very interesting. Okay, 1 TP scroll, but he's the guy that died earlier. Looks like we're going to have a gank attempt on the top lane here. And Sanking, will he be okay? You can see that he's channeling the Sandstorm and it's already off cooldown. But if they chase stun him, do we have a dust is a question right now. He's going to be in complete trouble. Magic Missile and a couple of stuns. Yeah, easily done here. Sentry Ward being dropped down here. And that's going to be enough. Very nicely done. Sanking goes down. Can we get anything in return here for Nirvana China on the bot lane? The tower is going to get picked off. Nicely done. Who's going to get to the tower? Radiant got the tower. Unfortunately for the carry player here, but no big deal. And that's one tower being pushed down. Me on the top here, are we going to get a tower pushed down for Havos? I don't think he really can do so. Sanking just buys back. Wow, I don't think that buyback was necessary at all. I mean, you already waited for 10 seconds. But okay, he's going to buy back. I'm confused. Night Stalker buyback was completely legit, that's fine. But this one, I don't know. Maybe he's really worried about getting his tower pushed down. Of course, we got a hero being chased down, but damn, I think he would. Alright, that's Havos trying to get a tower pushed back, but seeing Sanking in this lane, he is going to be absolutely fine. But he's got to worry. I mean, he's definitely very killable, as we have shown here. What is Vengeful Spirit doing? Vengeful Spirit can do a little bit of pulls here, trying to get a decent level, not even hitting level 6 yet. Vengeful Spirit does have the money for the boost speed. Let's see if he's going to pick it up here. And here is what I love Nirvana and China's doing. A lot of teams we see is like, oh yeah, you're a support. Just go roam. Just go buy wards. Don't get off my creeps, guys. Don't hit my creeps. But this is one thing that I really do love Nirvana and China when they pull this off from time to time. They're like, hey, Seeking, I know that you're a support, but I also know the importance of having a farm AA. As we say, gank on the top lane here. Burrow Strike is gonna go. He's gonna take a stun to the face, and he's gonna go down. Echo Slam goes on him right now. And Sanking says, my life FML, now no more buyback. Now I might just lose the tower, but actually Broodmother fairly low on the on the mana. Yeah, you can see indeed that he is gonna go for a silver. Oh, maybe he might skip it. Because he's up to 2k. He might just go for a big item right now, a big ticket item. But anyways, let's go back to that ancient aberration point. Like, yeah, I know you're a support. I know you're buying wards and everything, but I know you're a hero that generally needs a lot of EXP. So let's give you at least a minute or two of free farm, and that just means in the next team fight, your ancient aberration ice blast is gonna get stronger, your ice vortex is gonna get stronger, you're gonna just get tankier, so you die less frequently, and that's overall a very good thing, right, for Nirvana China. So, and I feel like not many teams do this enough, giving them support a little bit of farm, because we have seen definitely in the past more farm on support is always good, and Puppy is gonna be in trouble. King J getting a little bit blocked, a ice blast right on target. Look at that, finger of death gonna get dropped as well, and they're not shy to use any of their ultimate to get the kill. And it looks like Yuumi might be in a little bit of trouble. Rage goes in right now. You can see the damage output is just absolutely insane from Denny, but I think he's gonna be okay. Swap gonna be used on him as well. Yuumi trying to dodge up. He's gonna go down for sure. Arzard's gonna get the kill. Maybe gonna use no matter for the fissure, and Yuumi might just be okay and trying to. Let's see, Arzard, how good is he blocking? Yuumi's gonna just die to the tower. No, Denny's gonna get the kill. Is Ventral Spirit gonna get the kill? Oh, ultimate gonna get dropped down. Too slow here, and he has to pop a sandstorm. Ventral Spirit gonna be okay. Dandy says, I have a lot of experience in terms of feeding and surviving with low HP. Well, he's gonna be okay. Sanking gonna be in a little bit of trouble here as he is forced to come out here. So right now you can see that the Navi team, despite the scores 5-5, I think it really favors the matchup a little bit. Brewmother's farm is unstoppable. You can see he's, you know, a free farm on the top lane, and this is exactly what I mean. If you don't put one or two person in his lane, he will just push your lane. So Sanking, just in the small time that he just left the lane for a gank, Brewmother's like, hey, let's go for the push. And it's going to be so difficult to gank him either, because under his web with treads, he's literally moving at 522 movements. But he goes on Hovos, he is slowed down, but look at, even with the slow on him, he's like, yo, trucking him right now. And I don't think Sanking could catch up. Maybe, yeah, he's just, you know, runs out. And Sanking is like, man, my scorpion legs, too short, can't catch up. And that is one of his laning power diff for the gank. You constantly have to put a person in his lane. And right now, I do feel that, again, like I said, despite the score being the 5-5, Dendi's exceptionally farm, Hovos is exceptionally farm, and overall, it's a fairly good job. So let's, 15 minutes, and let's check out how we're doing in terms of farm. Not that. Okay. 43 on the Night Stalker, 74 on Dragon Knight. Nicely done. I do believe some of them are neutral creeps, so of course it's a little bit amplified. 41 on the Sanking, but let's look on the other side. Hovos was 76. Again, some of them are neutrals. Shackle Shot's gonna hit on the line. He's gonna get completely changed. Arzard's gonna go right in for his epicenter, and looks like QQQ's gonna go down as well. Double kill on the bottom here. No fault, no TP score again from Nirvana China. This is very uncharacteristic. The tower's gonna get killed down as well, and this is exactly what I meant by earlier when I said Navi's gonna fight you under your tower, he's gonna kill you under your tower, and then he's gonna push your tower. That's exactly that's I mean, hey, if you wanna know how Navi plays in terms of play style, you just watch that right now. Perfect ganks under your tower and then push. But yeah, let's go back to the farm. 83 on Hovos, 83 on Dendi. Of course, again, some of these are neutral creeps, but still very nicely farmed. 57 on Windrunner. And Windrunner had a very hard lane. So farm definitely going in favor of Nirvana, on Navi. Tower push Skull going on in favor of Navi as well. So Navi, very, very small advantage. Well, I won't say small advantage, but very definite advantages. But they have the advantage nonetheless. So let's see how Dragon Knight's doing. Dragon Knight has gone for a Helm of Iron Will into Midas. So a very interesting way to do it. Generally when you go for Midas, that should be like your first item, but looks like the kill attempt is going to be on Dendi. A swap on Pusher Street, but he still went down to a finger of death. Pusher Street's going to go down. A little bit of revenge kill coming from Nirvana China to even to score up a little bit. If you look at the goal difference chart, yeah, Navi leading by almost 4k gold. But hopefully after those 2 kills and this successful tower push, we'll even things up a little bit. Arzard drops off a fissure. That's going to defend his tower for a bit. But you can see at this tower, very healthy HP. Revengeful Spirit and Dendi spawning back very soon. I don't believe that Nirvana China can get this tower pushed down. So yeah, so I think they're going to be absolutely okay. And of course, again, Hofo says, no one in my lane. Where's the Sanking? Sanking going to Secret Shop. What the hell is he buying? He's going to go for Vanguard. This is a very, very defensive build for Sanking. Generally, you're like, okay, you know what? I'm going to go for a dagger first, because that's my thing. Sometimes you go for face speed first for having extra mobility. Sometimes if you're very worried, you can go for strength threats. But getting a Vanguard and Sanking, that is a telltale sign that you're playing from behind and you just want a little bit extra HP. That's exactly what Sanking is thinking about, which, I mean, rightfully so. If you look at the DPS output of Dire, they do quite a bit of damage. Rensor Spit nukes pretty hard. Windrunners, Shaker, they all are decent nukers, so getting a little bit extra HP is nice, but you know, it delays your Blink Dagger, it delays all your other core items. We'll have to wait and see whether that's the correct choice. Of course, Dragon Knight in the jungle is like, yo man, gonna be free farming. I do actually like Midas on DK. Very much so. Not so much for the fact that, hey, you know, it's a great farming item. You know, that's a plus side. But more importantly, I like the fact that Midas, the other side effect of Midas is that when you kill a creep, it gives you extra experience points. And that is very, very important for many carries, but more important for DK, because level 16 it is his level. Once you pick up level 16 on DK, you're God. You're literally God when you're level 16. And as soon as you hit that level, you know, quicker than anything else, that's going to be very important. Deny attempt, yes. Yuumi right on top of that, actually out denying the Windrunner focus fire. Nicely done here. And again, Dragon Knight's being left alone. Of course, he is the solo carry against two semi carries coming from the other side. Nick's probably one of the best counter to DK. But hey, he's getting absolutely free farm right now, and he's, you know, having a field day with these creeps. Of course, he's dominating a neutral creep as well, which you can see that he's doing the pulls, but on the other side, completely prepared for that. If you don't know what this is, basically this, he's going to dominate a Centaur. Every 51 seconds, 52 seconds, he's going to just pull these ancient creeps, and then he's going to stack. And then after 3 or 4 stacks, you're going to have about, you know, 1,500 gold here. He's going to turn into his level 2 dragon form, and it's just going to mop up this for 1,000 free gold. You want the bot lane here. Wow, look at the nukes on the Shaker. Impel, Dragon Tail, a couple, or I don't think even, yeah, just Fire Breath and Finger of Death. Gonna do it, but we want the top lane here. Also a very successful gank, and they're gonna go on this top tower. Sand King dead, so no one to defend. This tower in huge trouble right now. Hovos and Dandy in position. A single teleportation coming in. Who the heck is that? So brave. It's gonna be DK. They're gonna go on Dandy. Would have been enough. Dragon Tail on him right now. That's a very long duration of stun. Dandy half HP, but he's gonna be. No, he's gonna be not dead. I thought he could invest into Hovos and could just run out together. It looks like gonna go on Hovos as well, but it looks like with the spidery legs, gonna just get the heck out of there very easily. So DK TPing in, and that's a little bit more used to what I'm saying, because Chinese teams in general very, very good when, like, one of the tower gets pushed, one of the tower gets ganked, 3 or 4 people TPs in. But right now, it looks like Pusher trying to drop off a very, very offensive ward right here. But he's going to get Escher out in the jungle. Sanking's going to meet the Venge in the jungle. He might be in a little bit of trouble. Pusher Street, it's going to get stunned up for sure. And he's going to go for his ultimate. Shackle Shot's going to go on Bree. But I think Pusher Street is stunned in right now. Nice Soccer comes in right now. Pusher Street going to go down. Are they going to focus on the Windrunner next is the question. Puppey at half HP. He doesn't Mecha. Mecha is already used. Puppey's going to go down for sure. Burrow Strike comes in right now. Double kill goes from Nirvana. China. Score is 11-8. Nirvana China showing some signs of life, and they're going to get this tower pushed down. I believe RSR TP's in right now, trying to get a little bit of counter pushing, but he's got to be very careful. Double damage on Yuumi. Stun is used. He's going to get silenced. Oh, he's in so much trouble right now. RSR goes down. I got to say that Fissure might be a little bit too misplaced. At least he should have stunned the Night Stalker for sure. He was definitely aiming on the crease, but because of that, he died as well, and this tower for sure going to go down with that double damage on Night Stalker. Who's going to pick it up? It's going to be Ancient Operation on Seeking. So very, very nicely done on Nirvana in China. And right now, score 12-8. The towers counts are a little bit more even up, and King J just roaming in enemy jungle. Finger of Death coming off cooldown fairly soon, and ready to get something else going. Let's check out the gold difference chart. Looks like we are climbing back a little bit. Navi still in a very healthy lead, 2,000 gold. But hey, as we see DK hitting closer and closer to level 6. By the way, DK hasn't died yet, right? Let me make sure before I say that. No, DK died once, which is fine. But Dandy, how many deaths does he have? He has 2 deaths, and of course Broodmother has 0 deaths. So I mean, I think Nirvana China is in a decent position. Again, they're behind, but it's nothing that's out of reach. The game's, you know, definitely well in the balance right now. So, and I do believe they have realized a ward has been placed down. That's why they're pinging like crazy here. Puppey getting in position to pop off his Shackle Shot. Interesting build from Puppey here. Opted for Power Treads instead of Phase Weave. Phase Weave definitely the more standard item because they give you so much extra mobility on the Windrunner. But Power Tread's definitely not bad. Especially if you feel like you need a little bit more stats. What is that Sand King doing as he's going to get completely chain stunned? Well, that's a little bit dangerous, but hey, Sand King just having a tough game, man. He's getting ganked every time in his lane. He's not getting his level, and I do believe that Vanguard is. I mean, it's a very smart item choice. I mean, it's definitely non-standard, but in this case, just showing how much he's in trouble. That extra HP is going to be very helpful. Nice Darker Flinch at Black King bar, so not going to be Vanguard, not going to be Acceptor, and King J is going to waltz his way right in, but I got to be very careful. Swap goes on QQQ, and there's going to be stun, but he might just be a form of initiation. QQQ is going to be absolutely fine. Look at his tanky potential right now. Puppy going to go down. Looks like QQQ did go down as well. Here comes Standy. BKB on Yumu. He's going to go on Shaker. And what is going on over here? The support should be absolutely fine, but someone got to help him out because he's going to be complete trouble. Yes, indeed. The stun coming in right now, and NaVi just dropped off 2 of the carries. I'm not going to say that's the best form of initiation. Once QQQ got swapped, I do believe I like the response coming from Nirvana China. You drop off every single spell, try to get as many kills as you want, but I do not believe Night Stalker should chase out like that. And the result of that team fight was absolutely clear. Even with the Black King bar, after it ran out, I mean, even during nighttime, you're going to get slowed down by the Broodmother slow, and of course with the Nyx slow. And that's exactly what we saw. Arzard in the jungle, grabbing some... look at him. He's saving for a Blink Dagger. And once he has the Blink Dagger done, ooh, it's going to get a little bit ugly. And Blink Dagger is going to be online right now. Very interesting, just going to be rushing a straight... I mean, we don't have any wards, we don't have the Magic Wand, no TP Scroll, just going to go straight Dagger Rush, which is, fine. Let's check out how we're doing on the go on the Sand King. Yeah, he has nothing. He has Vanguard finish, and that's it. King J, how is he doing? Slightly better. At least for support, he's got a Bracer, got wards in his stash. Pusher Street, Medallion Courage, nicely done. Wards up as well, boots of speed. Medallion Courage, probably very, very good on bench. Gonna give you always that free Roshan attempt. Between tier, which give you -5, Medallion Courage gives you -6, so we're seeing -11 right off the bat, and that's so helpful to this Nyx, so helpful to the Broodmother and whatnot. Now let's analyze both teams in terms of late game potential. Late game being 35 to 45 minutes in, because generally that's when these games end. In 35 to 45 minutes in, I gotta give the advantage in terms of how the game going right now to NaVi. Because they're so aggressive, the hero are really good in terms of killing the DK. They have enough slow so you slow him down. They have enough stuns to keep him in place, and Nyx could just right-click him down very easily. I mean, it's great to have a level 16 DK that throws out Frost Epicenters with his Elder Dragon form, plus the real Epicenter. That's great, but it's less great if he gets right-clicked and it chains them. So DK, I'm assuming he's going for BKB, and that's indeed he's going for Ogre Club right now to get to that BKB. That's going to allow him to right-click. It really depends on how well the supporting cast of Nirvana China is going to farm. If they could mass Force Staffs, if they could mass Ghost Scepters, then I think they're going to be in a decent position. And the reason I say that they should get Ghost Scepters and Force Staffs, because, well, you see 2 melee carries on the other side. What is melee carries going to do when you Ghost Scepter? What is melee carry going to do when you Force Staff? I mean, they have to change target. When they do change target, it's going to take them forever to get to the other side, the other targets, because they're melee. As we see a gank on the top lane. Finally, that was a gank on the Broodmother, and they desperately needed that one. And again, apologize for missing that, but you can imagine what happened. Walking with a Hex Barrel Strike, every single stun, they use the ultimate as well. Sand King finding a little bit of reprice, up to 1,400 gold. So hey, if he picks up a tower, if he picks up a couple more creep kills, and if he doesn't die, which he is gonna die right now, well, he can't get up for a very quick Black Shackle Shot. Oh, Blink Dagger, but nice Burrow Strike to cancel a stun. Will he be okay? Sandstorm is going to be coming off cooldown soon. No, not going to be enough. There's a Sensual right there. So kill goes right back the other way. Very unfortunate for Bui. Man, he's having a tough game. What's the score right now? 2-5. But hey. But still, DK keep on free farming. Yeah, if the Radiant supporting cast could get mass 4 staffs, they should be okay, but right now they just don't have the go-to. Sea King actually being support has actually farmed up Mecha and Arcane Boots, very nicely done. I do believe Lion's going to go Arcane Boots next, and then he's going to go to Force Staff. So still a little bit far away from that. Yuumi is going to, of course, has a BKB finish. I wonder what's his next item choice. Normally I say, yeah, you know, go for BKB if you want the magical immunity, and then you go for, let's say, a Acceptor for more tanky potential, and of course, you know, for that map hack going on at night. But against a Lifestealer, do you actually want the extra HP? Because Lifestealer's Feast, it doesn't matter how much HP you have. The more HP you have, the more damage he deals because of Feast. So maybe Acceptor might not be the most perfect choice, but Dandy, very standard item build on team. Armlet into Basher. It's not a troll item. It's not a joke item. That's exactly what he gets. Again, one of the most difficult thing about melee carries is keeping them in place. So you could do the right clicks, and that's exactly what Basher does. It keeps you in place. Now, some of you guys are saying, "Oh man, let me try that out in pub, and I'm gonna own so hard." Do be very careful. This build. Not anyone could do this. Like, if I see some other pro do this, I'll be like very questionable of it. But this is Dandy. Dandy is on a different level. I mean, I've seen him own up so hard with this build time and time after again, so I feel very comfortable with him playing this build. But no big deal. Dandy, by the way, has a Midas as well. I mean, he's absolutely farm. He's ridiculously farm. In terms of items, I need to check out item progression a little bit better. Oblivion Stab being attempted here on the Broodmother, so Orca is going to be finishing in just a bit. He should have it within a minute. Blink Dagger's up on Earthshaker, as we talked about earlier. Basher, Midas, Armament on the next, absolutely farm. Venture Ray hasn't been that encouraging. Looks like Force Staff and Mecha is going to be the item on Puppey. You can say, despite that the NaVi team is down by 3 kills, I feel like they're leading so much in terms of item progression, in terms of farm as well. And speaking of farm, ooh, Sand just hit the jackpot, but that might just been bait. Dust is gonna go on him right now. He does get off the burrow truck. Do we have support coming in? Indeed, we will. Gonna focus on pusher stream. Focus goes down, but look at that blink echo slam. Ancient Aberration goes down as well. They're gonna focus on Arzad, but here comes the DK trying to focus down on Broodmother. Broodmother, yeah, BKB is popped, so Broodmother can't really do too much. They have Dust. Looks like they don't have Dust. 2 supports being traded off for 2 more supports, but here comes Dandy. 1v3. Is that going to be enough? Yuumi, it looks like his BKB should be on cooldown. Indeed, he's going to be on cooldown. He's going to TP out, but that means King J is going to be in little troubles. And it looks like he missed an Impale, and he's going to go down. Dandy going to be absolutely fine, popping on that Rage. And gonna get a free tower. This might be very dangerous. They could actually go on the high ground right now. We have a couple of seconds before these guys respawn. We have Aegis on Dandy, and that's why he was playing so aggressive. Maelstrom is gonna be his item choice. Dandy just pulling it out of his... I mean, he's pulling every trick out of his sleeve, and we might just see NaVi go up 1-0 in this Premier League series. And this tower half HP glyph is already used, and Dragon Form at level 3. If anything could defend this, that can be it. Dandy might just forfeit his life for that tower, and looks like they're gonna go on Puppey. Puppey he does have Force Staff, so he should be absolutely fine. But they're gonna still go on him right now. DK form trying to come in right now, but BKB is pop, and here comes Dandy out. But Shadow shot on 2 hero. Dandy getting all his HP back. He's back to full HP. Ancient Aberration goes down. DK is gonna go down as well. Look at Dandy. He doesn't care. Stay in his place. Right click like crazy. Dandy might go down. He still has Aegis. No big deal. Sand King's gonna get popped as well. Dandy still like an absolute boss right now. Puppey's alive still. We see a team wipe right here. NaVi gonna go on the top lane and get this Rax pushed down for sure. Night Stalker buys back, but it is daytime. DK is dead. He buys back. No cooldowns. Ultimate. Of course, a supporting cast need to do something about this. Lying in position right now. Does he have Finger of Death? He does have Finger of Death, so Dandy can actually be brought down. But again, still has his Aegis. He might finally go down here, but the fight is still not over yet. Yeah, Aegis is in position. His teammate is going to bail him out. Blink Echo Slam is going to be up fairly soon, so watch out for that. Dandy pops off the Rage. King J dies in 3-4 hits. Shackle down here. There's a Blink Echo Slam coming from our side. Epicenter comes in right now, but the fight is going so much in favor of NaVi, and that should be the game. 2 or 3 buyback already used, and Dandy's still going strong. Sea-King's gonna go down right now. Wicked sick, ultra kill. Ladies and gentlemen, Midas, Armlet, a Basher into Maelstrom. Can you guys take a guess what is his standard item to finish this build? Divine Rapier, and I'm not even trolling. And guess what? He's just about have enough go for Divine Rapier as well. And they're gonna just finish this one up. NaVi, very convincing victory. The game was, in balance. I was talking how NaVi was taking the lead a little bit, but DK looking to be a little bit strong. But NaVi just waltzed right into Roche, got a very nice successful team fight in the top lane, and just hammered down everyone else. Very convincing. Okay, the game's not over. The game's not over. You don't see Nirvana typing out GG. And Nirvana China does have very beautiful teamfight potential. Blink Epicenter, well, he's not Blink yet, but eventually, if the game gets late enough, he will have Blink Epicenter. We will have AA Blast, so that's very good AoE damage. Of course, DK does AoE splash damage, and a very good chasing power as well. But I do not believe, I really do not believe Navi's gonna let this game go after they have such big lead, right? So Navi in a very comfortable position. And I do believe they're going to just clean out this game, of course, after that very successful team fight where it was like 8-2, maybe even worse than that. Look, Ventral Sphere has a 4-staff now. We have 3.8k on the winner. She could pick up, Mystic Staff or whatnot. Shaker is going to go for Acceptor. They're absolutely filthy rich. And Dandy finished the Mjolnir. I just call it Maelstrom too. Because apparently that, whatever I say, if I say Mjolnir, people say that's not the right pronunciation. If I say Mjolnir, that's the right. No one's gonna agree on the pronunciation. But if I say Maelstrom 2, people understand what I'm talking about. So Maelstrom 2 already up on Nyx, or Lifestealer. And how is our Brewmother doing? Let's check. She definitely has an Orchid finish. And whatever else. Orchid finish, and still 3k go in the bank. Maybe waiting for a buyback. And right now, Nirvana China, one thing they should be doing right now is have Sand King with a TP scroll, push out in the top lane, and keep pushing and get the equilibrium back. And hopefully, when the team fight happens, so you don't have 80 creeps on your base, barreling down your fortress. So keep going, pushing out. You have a TP scroll, so you can come back. But again, the initiation power definitely very well in the hands of the dire side. They have a Ventral Swap. They have a Blink Epicenter. So they could do a lot of work, and they're just waiting everyone to be in position. Still 4k go after a Maelstrom 2 upgrade. Next gonna go for BKB, and just gonna finish the game. You might think, well, doesn't he have magical immunity already? Well, it don't matter. You could get even more magical immunity. No big deal. And the Crow is gonna have a field day delivering all these items. And they're just preparing for this final push, and of course, Nirvana trying to doing just that, gonna push out in the top wave a little bit. Line just hitting level 12, but you can see it has no item progression. I don't believe Ancient Apparition has any item progression either. Yep, 900 gold in the bank. DK after that buyback, and he still has 3k gold, and this is just a true testament of how well he's farming. But hey, he's just not doing any damage right now. I mean, definitely we've seen Chinese teams in the past buy Maelstroms on DK, which I'm not too sure whether it's gonna. I mean, Maelstrom is probably one of the best items you could get on DK because simply the hero by himself is so tank, right? 23 armor, he has lifesteal, he's gonna soak up a lot of damage, and normally it'd be like, oh my god, Sand King gets picked off. That's gonna force a buyback. But anyways, generally DK does so much tanking that you just worry about his damage output. But in this case here, he doesn't even tank enough because Nyx does so much, Brewmother does so much, so you're in a very interesting query. Do you buy a tanky item? He bought something. Bought something for 2k. Where the hell's the Crow? Hyperstone. So he's gonna go for the DPS route. Let's see if that's going to be the right choice here as we see the base tower getting barrel and Ventral Spirit looking for the swap right now. A single swap is going to do the job. Where's the swap? 4-staff on DK and he's stunned up right now. 4-staff out on King J. King J is going to blow every single spot on Pusher. Pusher's going to go down very nicely dense. She's going to trade his life for a line right now. Sand King not in position right now. It looks like ours are going to come in with the epicenter. Going to do the job here. So he's Night Stalker trying to run out. Dandy going to do the right click and he's raged. He's BKB QQ. Look at his HP dropping. It's as if he did not have 24 armor, and right now teamfight definitely in the favor of NaVi, and Dandy about to do his standard stuff, which is fountain farming like a champ. But Dandy, of course, gonna turn around, gonna focus on this Rax, and that should be the game. Nice defense by Nirvana China. And GG is going to go for game number 1. By the way, this is just game number 1. We're going to come at you with game number 2 momentarily. This has been a presentation of the Premier League. And NaVi, very convincing victory over Nirvana China. Don't go anywhere. Grab your popcorn, grab a drink. We'll come back with game number 2. I'm Luminous. Hope you guys enjoy the game. And we will be right back.